Hey y'all, welcome back to A Man's Life with D.G. Hamblin. This is a little, it's like a spice container or box or something. My sister ordered this from, I'm assuming from that gigantic online retailer that we all love so much. When it came in, you can see it's not quite together correctly. It probably in shipping got damaged somewhat. Even this lid is loose. See that? I don't see where any of this is glued. These are just little magnets. They keep the lid closed. So we're just going to kind of maybe tap this apart a little bit. And we're going to try to we'll square it up. We'll put it back together properly, and a little bit of wood glue. This shouldn't take but a few minutes to fix. Put y'all over here in the stand. You can see what's going on. Kind of get you centered a little better. Something like that. Okay. Torn as to whether or not I want to take this completely all the way apart. These joints here are pretty tight where those magnets are. Looks like maybe there was the tiniest bit of something used to tack these together. Yeah, it was tacked together, these tiniest bits of brads. Let's see if I can pull those out. Can you even call those brad nails? They're teeny tiny. Okay, let me get a pair of pliers. These ought to work. They're not the ones I'd prefer to use, but they ought to do the trick. I don't know if y'all can see what I'm doing or not. Pull these out. That one broke, but it just broke off flush, so that'll be fine. A couple over here. We're going to leave that together, I believe. And again, those three there they're in pretty good. Yeah, I'm not using proper woodworking tools. Sorry, it'll be okay. It will be all right. This little fiber, I want to pull that around enough. Maybe it'll pull it out or break it off. Ones that pull out smooth. The ones that break off, they just break off just right flush. So that's okay. There might have been a little bit of glue on this one, but I don't know what kind they used. It doesn't stick very well. This is bamboo, as you can probably tell. I'm assuming that will hold a wood glue okay. Those little tiny brads right there didn't break off as flush as I wanted, but we can make it work. Clean that out just a hair. Wow. Yeah, this is not going to take long to fix. Okay, I've got a little bit of Titebond 2. We're going to use that. I think that'll work just fine. I think what I want to put together first. This bottom one. And I know I keep picking this up. Y'all probably can't see it very well. Sorry. Take this little 5-in-1. I'm just going to spread that fairly evenly across there. This doesn't have to be super structural, because it's just going to sit on the counter and hold some spices. This bottom is also warped a tiny bit. A little bit of wood glue on this, just a little bit in here. Don't need a lot. I want to make sure you have enough, but rather not have it oozing out everywhere. I'll just spread it with this a little bit. I can hear people right now telling me there's lots better ways to do this, and there probably is, but you know, I'm just a hack. I'm not a professional. And this fits inside there. Okay, so we're going to put a little bit of wood glue on that little piece there. That needs to fit inside that little groove. That's together. I believe when this is together, it ought to be relatively square. Oh yeah, that'll pull in. Nice. Oops. Gotta get that back. There we go. Alright, now this side over here, little glue here. And a little bit these grooves. I would better if I had a little tiny paintbrush, like a little small one, like they, use for doing watercolors when you're a kid or whatever. But that's going to be okay. Yeah, I took a chunk out of the skin of my finger right there the other day. That slid together nicely. Okay, so this I think maybe just this one joint needs some glue. Let's glue that back together real quick. A little bit down inside there. Over here, make sure we get all the surfaces in that joint covered. Yep, I use my pants as a rag. It'll be okay. Okay, glue's in there. We'll secure that together a little better in just a minute. Next, we're going to put glue here, there, over here. Oops, I missed a spot with some of those little brads. This one off a little better. And that is not any thicker than like a staple using a wire, just a regular like paper stapler in an office or something. That is teeny, teeny, tiny. I don't think I have ever personally used a brad that small, but I'm not a professional woodworker. So I can just break that off. It broke, but this one didn't break off very flush. So, come on. Come on. You know you want to break off. You know you want to. I know somebody don't have it to fit. It's okay. This was not an expensive piece. And we're just going to fix it up a little bit. Come on. A little more glue. There we go. A little bit here. A little bit there. A little bit there. Okay. Center. Super square? No, I wouldn't say that. Does it look a lot better than it did? Absolutely. All right, we're gonna put some painter's tape on this to hold it together. I know I could use a clamp, but my clamps are being used for something else right now. So, whoops, try that again. So let's do right next to it. Let's go. Pull that tight. That joint is in there tight. Let's stick it out a little bit and then up underneath. Yeah, that looks pretty good. All right, gotta put this back together now. So I just let that come apart. It all looked super easy a minute ago, didn't it? Okay, come on now. Here. I should add a little more of that, something like that. Let's pull this around tight. And one over here on this other edge. For some reason it stopped recording before I was actually finished fixing this box, but you can see, I think from what you could, what it did catch, you can get the gist of what I did. And you can see now, of course the light here isn't great, but you can see it is back together, and the glue held, and it looks like it's going to be serviceable and certainly a lot better than it was. All right, y'all.